54 vehicles, cars, SUVs are stolen from the GTA area every single day. This is insane. I cannot believe the amount of vehicle thefts that are happening all across, not just Ontario, but specifically the GTA. It's just insane. We saw, obviously, in 2022, there's a huge ton of car thefts that are happening, but it's like everybody just decided, you know what, this is the year they're just going to steal every single vehicle out there, and everyone should be on high alert. Like, some of the numbers are extremely concerning, and a lot of these thefts that are happening are armed robberies. Like, people are being put in a very dangerous situation with a gun pointed in their face to get their vehicle stolen. And I feel like nobody's doing anything about it. Like, no one's doing anything significant about it. And before I even get into that, like, look at some of these stats. Here's Insaga, almost 600 cars stolen since Christmas in Mississauga and Brampton. This is crazy. Like, look at this. Look at the look at the map here. 582 vehicles stolen. 408 were automobiles. 167 were trucks. Just everything. All vehicles are being under this pressure, and everyone should be aware that these crooks are getting away with stealing a huge amount of vehicles, and it's just massive. And I just can't believe, like, there's nothing more significant that's being done by our police service, by our government, by the manufacturers to stop this. Here's another article. More than 900 vehicles stolen in Burlington and Oakville in 2022. So that's just in one area in 2022. Now, if you actually look at and see across Halton, all of last year, 1,380 vehicles are stolen last year. So we have this huge surge of vehicles being stolen from 2022, and now coming into 2023. Here's another article. This is a crazy story. You know, a man, his vehicle, his truck, was attempted to, like, they attempted to steal it 9 times. They attempted to steal this man's truck 9 times with 2018 Grand Cherokee in the last 6 months, which is crazy. It's just insane. And, you know, these thieves, these criminals are using a whole bunch of different tools and technology to go ahead and steal these vehicles. I know, for example, Lexus vehicles or other vehicles with the keyless entry remote system, if you leave your keys or your wallet, your RFID tag, whatever it is, to open your vehicle by your door, they'll come up with a kind of scanner here or a relay transmitter to go ahead and get your fob signal to enter your vehicle and drive away. So I highly recommend people get like a Faraday box or put your keys or some other stuff like away from the door. But you can do all these things, but these crooks can also break in, go into the OBD2 port of your vehicle, recode a key to make your vehicle turn on. There's a whole bunch of stuff you can do. And don't get me wrong, this video is not about like telling you what the preventative things are to do. There's a ton of preventative things you could do. Put a dash cam, put a security system in your house that lights up and puts a siren up, you know, put a club on your steering wheel. There's a million things you could do to make it less prone to be stolen. But the fact still is, people are being robbed at gunpoint for their vehicles and being put in very, very bad situations. And I really do feel nobody's really stepping up with a real solution to handle this problem. You know, look at some of these stats. It's just insane. But, you know, this figure of how many are stolen, up 45% a year ago, right? It's just so much theft is happening. And I feel like none of our public services, our police are really doing anything to actually stop this problem. It's just happening so much. 54 vehicles stolen in Toronto and Peel region each day in 2023. 54 vehicles stolen each day just from these two regions. Just mind-blowing. It's honestly insane. If you extrapolate that out to the full year, that's 20,000 vehicles stolen, right? And again, not only does it suck for you to have your vehicle stolen, but a lot of these situations put you in a very, very bad position. These are criminals. This is organized crime. These are thieves that are going out and they don't care about you at all. They care about the money. They're going to send these vehicles to Africa, which is where the majority of the vehicles actually go. They all get shipped to Africa, which is nuts. And I feel from the manufacturers, there hasn't been anything done like critically to stop the thieves from stealing these vehicles in the first place. If you buy a 2022, a 2023 vehicle or any new vehicle, the manufacturers have some responsibility to stop these thefts, right, with their security systems. Number one, that's insane. Number two, this organized crime is running so rampant because of how profitable it is. They steal this vehicle and they could sell it for $50,000, $100,000, $150,000 overseas. And that's exactly what they do. And that's why they take this risk. While the organized crime people are not taking the risk, it's the front people that are doing it all, and they're taking this huge risk. And then they have all these cars and they're stolen, and they all go to the port of Montreal or some other ports and they get shipped. And look, this is not like a bag of diamonds, okay, that people are hiding. They put it into a crate or a shipping container and, oh, the port authority didn't see it. 20,000 vehicles a year at this clip are being shipped out from Canada to other countries like in Africa, and nobody's doing anything to stop it. How do you miss 20,000 vehicles going into the port of Montreal, stolen vehicles, and they're just being shipped, and nothing is happening to stop it? Yes, they have like one news bust where they say they busted this ring, all this stuff, but like, what is going on? Like, I refuse to believe that there is no way to check that vehicles that are being shipped from Montreal or some other ports in Canada, that they're not stolen. I refuse to believe that there's no process or path to find out if these vehicles are stolen and stop the vehicles there at the port of departure. Understand that there may be issues with trying to solve and stop crime happening locally where they go capture the vehicle, but if you stop the outflow of those vehicles, they're not going to get paid for them, and they're going to stop. And the other thing is, a lot of these times when these criminals get caught, they just get released. Like, we have too lenient of a judicial system for these criminals, and a lot of these times they're putting people in very dangerous, life-threatening situations, and they're being treated with golden hands, and they just get a slap on the wrist, and they're back out on the street, and they're stealing vehicles again and again and again. This is just nuts to me. It blows my mind. You know, I always talk about Canada, feeling the safety of Canada around you and this great system that we have, but truly, I feel like things have devolved significantly over the last 12 months. I wanted to share my thoughts and opinions on it. Honestly, it's quite depressing and sad to see that this is the state of affairs for Canada and specifically Ontario, that nobody has stepped up to provide significant action and enforcement to stop these car thefts. And look, I'm a car guy. You guys know I'm a car guy. Of course, I would hate if my vehicle is stolen. 100%. But that's not the actual concern that I have. If the vehicle gets stolen, that's the insurance company's problem. I'm fully insured. Everyone should be fully insured. You know, I think the insurance companies are they should be raising this, right, as an issue. They're going to be paying out these manufacturers for the additional vehicles, right, that they have to go ahead and replace. The insurance companies, I don't know what you guys are doing or thinking, but you must be tripping out right now. You're spending a lot of money because you're replacing 20,000 cars this year just from thefts, right? That's already significant, but that's not the point. The point is, everyone's lives are being put at risk. Somebody's going to come and steal my vehicle. Somebody's going to come steal your vehicle. You don't know what they're going to do. You don't know how they're going to steal your vehicle. Are they going to put you at gunpoint? Is one of them gonna, mistakenly pull the trigger on you and shoot you and kill you? There's another story, actually. I'm gonna have to pull it up, but basically somebody was in their car when their car was being jacked. They took him at gunpoint, put a bag over his head, brought him to his condo. His friend was in the condo, bagged them both in there. One of his other friends came to try to stop them, got shot 3 times and went through life-threatening surgery, and thankfully he's alive. But it's like all this stuff, it's putting the citizens at risk for these vehicles. Yes, I understand. It's just metal. It can get replaced. That's what insurance is for. But that's not the point. The point is, everyday people and citizens are being put in these life-threatening situations because we've allowed this theft of cars and vehicles to happen without any consequences to the individuals. If somebody is stealing a vehicle and putting people at risk, they should not just be let out easily to go do it again and again and again. We should not be allowing the flow of these vehicles out through our ports without knowing. Again, these are massive vehicles. These are cars. I refuse to believe. I don't care how complicated the port system is. I understand the summarized version of how it works. There is a way to do it. There must be a way to do it. We can put people into space. We can find out if illegal cars are being transported in shipping containers out of the port of Montreal and other ports. It's just nuts. I don't know. this is just my thought, guys. I wanted to share it because I'm just frustrated when I see this type of news, and I just think, what is anyone doing to stop this? Like, this is putting people at risk and danger over these vehicles, and we just let this crime just happen, and it's skyrocketing, up 45% already from a huge high last year, and we're just letting it happen. Now, I know some people are going to say again, oh, but we're not just letting it happen, Sonduren. And there are things that are happening and, being worked on. But it's not enough. It clearly wasn't enough last year. It's not enough now. There needs to be somebody that steps up to the plate, whether it's the OEMs, the manufacturers, the insurance companies, the police department, whatever it is, the Port Authority. Somebody needs to step up to the plate to fix this. It's just nuts, guys. Even now, I've gone ahead and, installed security system. I have a dash cam. I have some other means to protect my vehicles as well. But it's like, yes, that's good practice and to do it. But again, that's not the concern. The concern is what happens one day if I'm at a gas station at nighttime filling up my fuel tank and somebody comes and points a gun at me and my family because they're looking to steal my vehicle. And obviously, we wouldn't fight. They would take the vehicle. Again, that's what insurance for. And those thieves are relying on that. They know that you're insured. They hope that you're insured. You better hope that you're insured. And they're going to take the vehicle, and it's no kind of damage to you. Well, it is. You have to pay a deductible, and there's other fees, I'm sure, right? But what happens if they get flustered? They shoot you. You're put in a situation like that. Do you want your family in that situation? No. We should ask better of our politicians, better of the people that are in charge of keeping us safe. This, to me, is unacceptable. Like, I just find it crazy that this is happening in 2023 in Canada. We talk about a society of rules and compliance and all of this stuff, and yet we let this basically cartel of thieves steal vehicles at this unprecedented clip in this region and just are doing nothing about it today. So those are my thoughts. That was a bit of a rant, but I'm just so disappointed. It's so disappointing to read all this and see all these different stories of people that are, their lives are put at risk. They're getting shot. They're getting mugged. They're getting beat over their vehicles. Their own safety's at risk. And all this is because of a lack of enforcement and compliance from the people and the institutions that should be protecting us. And it's quite honestly disappointing. But let me know your thoughts. Do you guys agree? I think it's a little crazy. If you're not from Toronto, Canada, if you had the impression that Canada is very safe, all of this stuff, I think that is quickly souring in terms of this stuff that's happening. It's just very disappointing and souring. And to be honest with you, at the end of the day, when I think about what I can do all of these different pieces, but somebody's got to be vocal. Somebody's got to start speaking out against this, and I hope I'm one of those people that can speak out against this. I don't know necessarily if it's going to change everything, but I hope you guys can share this message with your friends, your family, get people speaking about this issue more and more, because it's unacceptable to me that all of us are being put at risk because the people that are meant to protect us and the institutions that are meant to protect us are failing to do their job. So make sure you share this video, give it a like, make sure you subscribe. I cover everything to do with cars, detailing. So if you want to follow me along on that journey, definitely make sure you sub. But thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know what you guys think in the comment box down below. I'm pretty riled up about this because it's such an example of so many different parts of our system all failing dramatically from keeping us safe. And it just really does bug me. It just really makes me upset. And the fact that I'm a car guy too, I don't want my car being stolen. I love my car. I know, completely separate, but that also just sticks it into my heart a little bit. Just, ugh. Anyways, I'll catch you guys in the next one.